The chief executive weighs in on CK Hutchison's Panama Canal port operation deal. John Lee announces the next LegCo election will be held on December 7th. And Israel launches airstrikes in Gaza, leaving hundreds dead. Good evening and thank you for joining us. The latest political quagmire plaguing CK Hutchison, owned by Hong Kong's tycoon Li Ka-shing. After the conglomerate revealed plans to sell its Panama Canal port operations to a U.S. consortium, Bloomberg News reported that Beijing has set out investigations looking into whether the deal could endanger national security. Weighing in on the saga for the first time, Chief Executive John Lee said today the case warrants serious attention. In a departure from its usual practices, CK Hutchison said it will not host an annual results press conference or an analyst meeting on Thursday. Chief Executive John Lee announced the Legislative Council election will be held on December 7th. Lee has also requested the relevant government bureau and the Kai Tak Sports Park to set up a mechanism to arrange regular meetings to prevent previous blunders in hosting events at the facilities there. The health ministry in Gaza says more than 400 people have been killed as Israel has resumed its war on Hamas in Gaza with a series of airstrikes. The attacks have shattered a 2-month ceasefire, and Israel says it will intensify operations because there has been no progress in peace negotiations. David Garrett reports. Yemen's foreign minister says the Houthis are at war with the U.S. and will not dial down attacks in the Red Sea. U.S. President Donald Trump says Iran must stop supporting Houthi attacks or suffer dire consequences, adding Tehran will be held responsible for every shot fired by the Houthis. Donald Trump is expected to speak with Vladimir Putin later today in an attempt to convince the Russian president to accept a ceasefire in Russia's war with Ukraine. This as Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky believes Putin is just paying lip service to Trump as Russian forces continue to pound his country. Tracy Furness reports. And still ahead. Welcome back. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney met the leaders of Britain and France on Monday during his first official overseas trip. This is a bid to garner further support from two of Ottawa's oldest allies as U.S. President Donald Trump targets Canada's sovereignty and economy. Daniel Rao tells us more. U.S. President Donald Trump told reporters on Monday that President Xi Jinping may visit his country in the not-too-distant future. Beijing, however, took a rather non-committal tone. Trump's remarks came as U.S. and China relations remain locked in a stalemate amid trade tensions. Danny Zhou has more. The ICAC has arrested 22 people on suspicion of accepting bribes and assisting an intermediary company to defraud banks of mortgage referral fees. Among those arrested are 18 bank employees. Mo Seng-ai reports. The Hong Kong Observatory expects the typhoon season will begin in June or earlier. About 5 to 8 tropical cyclones are expected to affect Hong Kong this year. The Hong Kong Jockey Club recently awarded scholarships to more than 100 young people. Some of them are going to use the financial support to make inventions as a way to give back to society. Samantha Lee has the story. To sports, Lionel Messi will miss Argentina's crucial upcoming South American World Cup qualifying matches against Uruguay and Brazil. And that's the news. Thank you for watching.